Right here, the original Mercury Capri. Lincoln Mercury started bringing in this European pony car in 1970. Their first effort at giving that upmarket division a more sophisticated, driver-oriented image. It had good enough sales, but unstable oil prices and a weak dollar exchange rate eventually sank the Euro Capri. But apparently, Lincoln Mercury liked that transatlantic link, and lately a lot of their own cars have been showing European taste. But even that isn't quite the same as the real thing. So on the heels of the Cougar XR7 Turbo and Continental Mark 7 LSC, Ford will once again try to import a bit of road class, along with its affected sounding name.
The nom de plume is Merkur, German for what else but Mercury. Ford hopes you'll know this radical-looking rear drive more as the XR4Ti, or XR4 for short. And if you've been touring the continent lately, you'd know that the Merkur XR4Ti is really a reincarnation of the European Ford Sierra XR4i. This wind-cheating body comes right from Ford's experimental Probe 3 aero exercise. It's the most elaborate example of the Fomoco flowing fender movement yet. One of our staffers said that the overall styling looked like one of the beautiful people decked out in heavy leather trying to audition for a music video. But most of us grew to like the XR4's unique blend of smooth lines and drag-reducing accessories. At the bow, a single slotted grille is flanked by a pair of slightly tunneled aero headlamps. Along its flank, most glass is mounted nearly flush with the body. Lower body cladding runs wheel well to wheel well, and those stylish cast wheels are shoed with outstanding Pirelli P6 rubber. In the rear is the most controversial appointment of the XR4, a biplane-like spoiler that contributes significantly to the overall low drag ratio of 0.32. All in all, the U.S. version looks nearly identical to its European Sierra kin, but there are over 850 different parts required for the Merkur. And combined with a U.S. sales target of only 20,000 units this year, it's more profitable for Ford to have German specialty builder Karmann assemble the car. But to find the biggest difference between theirs and ours, look at the addition of that T after the XR4. That can only mean one thing: turbocharged. Instead of using the Eurocar's 2.8-liter injected V6, that's the vintage Capri motor, Ford has plunked their Dearborn design 2.3-liter vintage Pinto Turbo 4 under the Merkur's hood. Of course, it's made somewhere else too, in Brazil, and the 1985 version adds water cooling to the turbo bearing for longer life. Power ratings are 170 horsepower for the 5-speed manual and 140 horses for the 3-speed automatic. The difference is in the camshaft. The automatic's torque peaks sooner, so you get nearly equal performance with both versions. This manual pre-production model we drove at Ford's Dearborn test track managed a 0 to 60 sprint in only 8.5 seconds. A quarter mile was clicked off in 16.5 seconds at 85. Quick for any 2,910-pound production car. The XR4 is mid-sized with a 102.7-inch wheelbase and a mostly conventional front-engine, rear-drive, unitized body. Suspension is all independent, with struts in the front and trailing arms in the rear. Struts and shocks are gas-filled. Steering is power rack and pinion, brakes power disc drum. All this gives you a combination of firm but smooth ride and laudable handling, one that few cars not made in Germany seem to be able to manage. There is more body roll than we expected, but the car has near-neutral handling, jumping quickly from slight understeer to slight oversteer as cornering speeds climb. It's easy to get in over your head in the XR4, but the always willing power plant gives you a safety line with a fierce tug. And all in all, it's a car that almost anybody could drive with confidence. What makes the XR4 even more impressive is its $16,361 base price. That's modest by today's standards, especially considering you get almost every normal creature feature standard, including air conditioning.
Revised EPA mileage ratings are an adequate 19 city and 24 highway.
The XR4's interior seems quite large for its size. It looks serious, but thankfully far from stark. The cloth or leather-covered seats are extremely comfortable. They include integral thigh and torso support with adjustments for lower back and headrest restraint. The driver canted dash is well designed, though it looks a little confused at first glance. True to German form, engine gauges are incomplete. A large full-circle speedo, unmarked above 85, is strangely matched to only a quarter-moon tack. Definitely made to be used, not just admired. The center dash drops down to a shift console and includes large vents, a trouble diagram, clock, climate controls, and a stereo cassette with integral tape storage. A nice touch. Like most other newer European models, the XR4 is styled like a sedan, but is really a multi-purpose hatchback. Luggage room is good, if not as wide or deep as you might expect. However, the rear seat is split and foldable, so we doubt many owners will complain about cargo space. You don't always expect that kind of practicality in fun-to-drive cars, so that makes the first Merkur something special. Plus, with no serious faults and a loaded base price on par with the cheapest BMW, Ford should have no problems unloading the first year's supply almost overnight. Anybody who tackles the Merkur XR4Ti will definitely be making a unique choice, but let's hope they learn to pronounce it before they start to brag.